One of my goals this year for 2024 is to read more books. I used to be an avid reader when I was younger, and over the course of the years, it just kind of dropped off. I ran out of time, couldn't find anything interesting, and sometimes I just had more important things that needed to be taken care of. So I created a Notion template to help me keep track of my books and keep me on track with my goal. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Megan and I'm a pagan witch, and I make videos about everyday life as a pagan witch, focusing on real life and whatever else decides to interest me in the moment. So if you want to embrace no niche content from me because you like me, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Turn on the notifications if you want to be notified of when I post a new video, and let's just get started. Notion is really versatile in the things that you can create. You have pages, you can create books, so you can have your main book, and that can have several pages inside. You can add images and databases and embeds, and you can do so much with Notion. Now, I'm not a Notion expert, but I know my way around Notion a little bit. So I created a template to use with Notion to help me track the books that I have read for the year and to separate them into different bookshelves. So I am going to walk you through this template. It is a free template. You are more than welcome to duplicate it. All of the links are going to be in the description, but let me walk you through it and show you exactly what this template is. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep my face out of the way as much as I can. No promises though, because this is difficult. So when you open the template, it's going to look like this. It's decorated, and I put the cover picture with the books. There are bookshelves here, and then this image of a book here that just has some cute quotes that I like. And I think it's nice to open up my personal library and see these little snippets of advice. Laugh a lot. A good sense of humor cures almost all of life's ills, right? Anyway, that's not why we're here. So the main portion of this template is going to be down here at the bottom. This is the database. All right. So I'm going to click on all books. These are all of the books that I have in here right now. I'm still working on adding some other ones. I also have it separated into books that I have completed, books that I want to read, and books that I am currently reading. So when you first look at the template, it's got the name of the book, the author, different tags that I have given the book, and the status. This is on the all books section. Status is there's paused, meaning I needed to take a break from the book for whatever reason. Books that I'm currently reading, books that I did not finish, books that I want to read, and books that I did finish. Then over here in the tag section, these are all of the tags that I have added in so far. These can be freely created, and you can add more than one tag to each book. And then in a little bit, I will show you how you can sort your database or filter it so you can show only specific things, whether that be tags or statuses or even authors. Authors go here, again, create them, select as many or as few as you need. And then over here is the title of the book. Now you'll see it says open. That's because when you open it, you have so many options, so many different things that you can do. All right, so I'm going to open, we'll open this one since I've finished it. This is A Broom at Midnight by Roger J. Horn. I guess I should show you here too. When you complete a book, you have the option of rating your book. So we'll get to that in a second. So let's just open it. So it's going to open in Side Peek. You can change that if you're familiar with Notion. If not, I mean, you can just leave it the way it is. So when you add a new book to your database, you have all of these options here. You can add the book cover, the author, the status, the tags. Those are all things that are available in the all books section. You also have a start date and a finish date, and a current page and a total page, the percent complete, and the rating. And then down here is a section for notes and different things like that that you just want to keep track of with the book. So the cool thing about this part of the template is that when you're reading the book, you put in the total pages and whatever page you're on, and it will give you a percent complete. So this is how much of the book you have read, which I personally like to keep track of that. And then the start date and the finish date. If you like to keep track of that, that's cool too. I'm keeping track of it because I will be filtering this at the end of the year to keep track of how many books I read. All right, so we're gonna go through and we are going to add a book to the database. So you're going to click on New, and it's going to pop up the template over here. I am not a fan of it opening in Side Peek, so I'm going to change this. Open pages in Center Peek. I prefer Center Peek because it will pop out in the middle. So then New, see, pops out in the middle. All right, so we're going to add, let's add in Fairies by Morgan Daimler. So for the book cover, you can upload an image or embed a link. I don't have either of those right now, so I'm going to go to Amazon, copy the image address, and paste the image there. And then you can see the book cover. Later on, if you want to change the way that your database looks, you can put it as a gallery and make it to where you will see the book cover when you're scrolling through your personal library. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't like the way that it looks. So let's just keep going with the book that we're adding now. So we've got the book cover. We're going to put in the author, Morgan Daimler. Okay. Status. This one is want to read. I haven't started reading it yet. Tags. We're going to do nonfiction and paganism. I could probably add in do Fae. I think they deserve their own tag. Date started and date finished are going to stay empty for myself personally, but for video's sake, let's just put in that I started it on February 1st. We'll leave the date finished empty. Current page, let's just put page 2, and total pages. There are, how many pages are there? This book has 240 pages, not counting the bibliography. So 240 pages. That gives me less than 1% complete. I'm not going to put a rating because I haven't finished it, but let's go through the ratings because these ratings will dictate where the book goes in the 2 bookshelves that I have created that I will show you in a second. So you've got 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, and 1 star. And then you've got this little stop sign looking image. So 5 stars, 4 stars, whatever your rating system is, this can all be adjusted based on what you like. However, if you change the 5 star and the 4 star and the little stop sign, it will change the bookshelves and the way they work. So be careful with that. 5-star books and 4-star books will go into a bookshelf titled I Loved. 1-star books and the stop sign books will go into a bookshelf titled I Hated. And the stop sign is for books that you didn't finish. Now, for me, when I don't finish a book, it's usually because I couldn't get through it and I didn't like it for one reason or another. So that's why I've created the I Hated bookshelf. You can also take that a step further. I have done so in my own library in Notion and created a donated bookshelf for books that I personally own that I didn't like for whatever reason that I will be donating or selling in the future. All right, so that is the rating system. Then in this template, when you add a new book, you've got these 2 sections down here. One is the summary. And for me, I just take the summary, the little blurb off of like Amazon or whatever, and paste it in there. And then the notes are for me to keep track of any notes that I want to make while I'm reading the book. Okay, and so everything is in there and we're just going to click out. oops, I forgot to put the title. So let's open that back up. And this is titled Fairies, a Guide to the Celtic Fair Folk. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna just delete that because that was a mistake. But now you can see here, Fairies, a Guide to the Celtic Fair Folk has been added to the personal library. Okay? So that is the all books section. Completed books are going to be books that have a status of finished. If you have Notion Plus, you can create an automation so that when you put in a finish date, for example, it will automatically change the status to finished and it will automatically go here. I don't have Notion Plus, so I'm limited on what I can do with this. So I just have this filtered by status. So this particular database section completed is filtered by status finished. To be read, same thing, filtered by status want to read. Currently reading, again, same thing, filtered by status currently reading. And each section shows different things that I find to be relevant. This can also be adjusted if you go to the settings, properties, to change what is shown. So for example, on your currently reading list, if you don't want to see tags, you turn tags off and it will go away. Or if you want to see the percent complete, you can turn that on and it will show up. Okay, so let me put that back the way I wanted. Like that, okay. So it's very versatile and you can change whatever you want in this template. And then I have these two bookshelves here. The I loved bookshelf is going to open up in a new page like this. And this is filtered by books that have a 5 and a 4-star rating. Any book that you rate 4 or 5 stars will automatically go into your I loved bookshelf, okay? And then the I hated bookshelf is anything rated 1 star or did not finish. That's pretty much it. It's very easy to use once you get the hang of Notion. If you've never used Notion before, there might be a little bit of a learning curve, but I find Notion really helpful and worth learning how to use. So something that I did with my personal library was I synced it with my grimoire because I also keep my grimoire digitally in Notion. It makes it easy. I have it with me wherever I go, and I like having everything digitally. So this is my personal library. And the one thing that is different in my personal library versus the template is I have one extra property. So if we open up this book here, we'll see this property, grimoire, with a checkbox. If this box is checked, then the book will also show up in my grimoire's list of currently reading. Currently reading, to be read, all books. This database is synced with the database in my personal library. The only difference is it is filtered with the grimoire checkbox. And that is Notion. That is my personal library and the template that you can use if you so choose. If you don't know how to duplicate a template in Notion, I can show you really quick. View on site. You have to be logged into Notion or have an account. You just hit this button up here, duplicate, and it will copy the entire template into your Notion database or whatever you want to call it. And then you are free to edit it and change it and use it however you want. And so I hope that's helpful for you. It's definitely been helpful for me in keeping track of the books that I want to read, the books that I am reading, and any notes that I take. And then I'm going to really enjoy at the end of the year calculating how many books I read for the year and seeing if I stayed on track with my goal to read more books. I don't have a specific number. I never really thought about it. Maybe reading, oh gosh, a book a month, 12 books for a year. I know that is a very, very small number compared to a lot of people who read books and are avid readers. My sister reads a ridiculous amount of books in the year, but I want to start slow and I don't want to give myself too huge of a goal just to let myself down later if I can't read 100 books in a year. So feel free to duplicate the template and use it to your heart's content. If you have any questions about using the template, let me know in the comments below and I will do my best to help you. If you're looking for a way to read more books, I have been enjoying audiobooks. This video is not sponsored, but I do have an affiliate link in the description below where you can get a free trial of Audible Plus. It will earn me a small commission at no extra cost to you, but feel free to use it if you want, if you like audiobooks. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.